I still remember the exact moment I nearly let go. It was a Tuesday morning, the kind where the sunlight feels harsh and even your coffee tastes tired. I was sitting on the edge of my bed, fully dressed for the job interview I'd been waiting months for. But an email on my phone had arrived 5 minutes before I walked out the door. "We regret to inform you." That familiar line hit harder than it should have. I wasn't angry. Not really. Just tired. Spiritually sore. My faith wasn't gone. It was just worn thin, and honestly, I didn't want to hear another well-meaning, "God's timing is perfect." Not that day. Maybe because it was the 7th time I'd read it that year. Maybe because I'd just finished praying 15 minutes earlier, asking God, begging Him to finally open a door. But nothing opened. Again, I sat there staring at the floor, my heart quietly breaking in ways no one could see. I was still here, jobless, single, and slowly running out of hope. I whispered, "Lord, where are you?" And then came the silence, the kind that feels like an echo in an empty room. I had believed, I had waited, I tithed, served, stayed faithful, prayed hard. And yet, at night, I didn't pray like I normally did. I sat in my living room with the lights off, scrolling through my journal. I read through all the past entries where I had written in faith. Better benefits, better pay. A Christ-centered work environment. But more than that, it came with peace. A deep, resounding peace I hadn't felt in a long time. And in that moment, I realized something dangerous. I had started to believe that maybe God wasn't going to show up. That maybe I was forgotten. Maybe I was the exception to the promise. I know God will come through. I trust you, Lord. Any day now. Closed the journal and whispered, "Was I wrong?" The quiet was so thick it almost hurt. I would receive a call from a company I hadn't even applied to. A woman had found my resume through a mutual connection. Molding things I couldn't see, shifting pieces I didn't even know existed, healing insecurities in me that would have sabotaged a blessing too early. She said the words I had longed to hear for so long. But here's the thing about God. Even when He feels late, He's still working. I didn't know it then, but 3 weeks after that dark night, it's where character is built, where pride is stripped, where dependence deepens, where you learn that even if nothing changes tomorrow, God is still good today. We'd like to offer you a position. It was more than a job. It was everything I had been praying for, only better. And here's the part that made me cry. The job posting had gone up the exact week I received that last rejection. The timing I thought was late was actually God saying, "Hold on, I'm preparing something better." That experience changed the way I view waiting. I used to think delays were punishment or neglect. Now, I realize they're often protection. My heart was still striving for identity in what I could achieve, not who I belonged to. Always aligning things for your good and His glory, even when it doesn't look like it yet. I needed the waiting to remind me that I'm loved, not because of what I do, because of who He is. Refinement. Alignment. See, I wasn't just waiting on a job, I was being shaped. God wasn't silent because He didn't care. He was silent because He was working beneath the surface. And most importantly, He was teaching me how to trust Him when there was no evidence yet. I want to tell you something today, from someone who almost gave up. God is never late. He's never forgotten you. He's not ignoring your prayers. He hasn't turned His back. He's not punishing you with silence. He's preparing something deeper. He's not just lining up opportunities. He's preparing you to carry them well. The space between your prayer and His answer isn't wasted. It's sacred. There's a scripture that means so much more to me now than it did before. Though the vision tarries, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not delay. Habakkuk 2-3. You see, it's not just about what we waiting for it. It's about who we becoming while we wait. If I had received the job 6 months earlier, I wouldn't have been ready. That is a truth worth holding on to. So to you, yes, you who feels like God is taking too long, let me be the voice that gently reminds you, He's still with you. He's still writing your story, even in the silence, even in the rejections, even in the confusion. God is never doing nothing. He's always working, always loving. Don't stop believing. Don't stop praying. Don't stop showing up in faith. It's because just when it feels like nothing is happening, everything is about to change. And one day, like I did, You'll look back and say, God wasn't late, He was right on time.